tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Monday. Happy Monday. I was trying to match it with something, and all I came up was Metamucil. So happy Metamucil morning, Monday morning. Oh, good morning, Leisure. Good morning, Michelle. And Leisure, I did get your evening poetry. I was only able to get it a little bit into it. I'm gonna listen to it a little bit later. All right, man. Yeah, good day to you. I'm still wore out. Thank God Monday's one of my days off. I take Sundays and Mondays off. So, but the gears are going again, and I don't know. Yeah, good morning, Sawyer. Good to see you. It's my cat. He talks at me a lot. Actually, yells at me a lot. I think he's just trying to remind me that he's alive. Are you alive, Sawyer? Do you need some attention? Come here. Come here. Come here. Here. I know I'm going to go to pet you. You're going to turn around and run away. All right. See, he doesn't like being picked up. In fact, I'm the only person that's allowed to pick him up. So, but this is Sawyer. Say hi. Hi. I'm old and grumpy. You can see it in my face. Wow. And I got a snaggle tooth. Hi, Sawyer. Oh, yes, you'll go cute. Yes. Like, fuck you. Fuck you, Dad. Oh, this is Amber County. Good morning. Thank you for calling Amber County. How may I help you today? I have no idea what you're fucking talking about. Defiance. The trait of every single alcoholic. And I'll get defiant about stupid shit too. Sometimes I just want to win an argument. I am that defiant. I hate being wrong. Drives nuts. Not as much as it used to. That's not totally true. I don't mind being wrong. It's when somebody tries to convince me that I'm wrong when I know I'm right. That's what gets me. And then I have this overwhelming need to prove myself correct. Happened to me last night or yesterday with my wife. I'm watching funny videos instead of that, instead of all the other shit on Instagram that tends to tick me off. Maybe I should just stop doom scrolling. And I was listening to one. It was Big Bang Theory, and Penny was still married, and they were talking about that they weren't really married because the person that married them, Elvis, was an Elvis impersonator, so it wasn't real, and that's what they thought. And she said I was watching Friends, and I've never watched a full episode of Friends, something I'm very proud of, and I would never watch a clip. So I went out of my way. I think I irritated the fuck out of her on that one. Oops. My wife's extremely patient with me, and I've just always been defiant. If my parents told me not to do something, it's almost a guarantee that I was going to do it. They should have used reverse psychology on me. Oh, Dion, go ahead, go play in the street. It's fine. Because then I wouldn't have done it. Amber says, Mamacita went to introduce me the other night at Night Owls, and she forgot what state I'm in. So she said, the wonderful Amber country. Oh, country. That makes more sense. in a big country. Have you ever heard the song Big Country by Big Country by the self-titled album called Big Country? Yeah, it was a one-hit wonder. Oh, Amber says, my long lost brother told me he follows me on Instagram. Yeah, you don't really do anything on there. I told him I'm not really there. He's like, what is Amber dot dot dot? Not you? I told him it is, but I think my Facebook is linked to it. Yeah, yeah. Because the only things that I see on your Instagram are things that you post. I don't follow that many people. I I I think my Facebook I have because I do followers only. I switched it over. I'm following 414 and I'm being followed by 446. That's it. My Instagram, I have 723 followers, although nobody says anything to anything that I do, and I'm following 1026. I don't understand it all. I just get defiant. All right, let's do some introductions, get started. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. A lot of people know me. And if you don't know me yet, you're about to. If you're here, please say hello, whether watching the live or the rewatch. Live or the rewatch. Ever says it won't let me log in, so it's a lost cause. Oh, and you can only go to your Instagram to hook your Facebook. I don't think you can go to Facebook and hook up your Instagram. There again, I'm not an expert, and it changes all the freaking time. So let's get started. Let's get started. We are reading out of A Day at a Time today. This is Hazelden Literature. It's Hazelden Literature. Yeah. I like Hazelden Literature, except for Drop the Rock. I'm trying to lighten up with all this stuff. I'm just trying to lighten up in general. Fuck it. That's where I'm at. And not a bad fuck it, just fuck it. Who cares anymore? Yeah. So, that's today. And we're going to work with today, right? So let's get to the reading. I came up with Defiance. It doesn't say it in here. But you'll get it. It was a much better title. Conditioned as we are by our old ideas and old ways of living, it's understandable that we tend to resist certain suggestions made to us when we first come to the program. Now, there's a lot of things in the program in the beginning where you're probably okay with, and they are suggestions, and we do it by suggestion for a very good reason. Because people don't like being told what to do. Nobody really likes being told what to do. Well, maybe some do, but we're not going to talk about S&M here today. So, some people like that. All right. There are some people in the world that would rather take direction than come up with the idea. Yeah, and that's okay, but that's not what we're talking about here. Maybe it was the concept of God. Maybe it was the 4-step. Maybe it was 90 meetings in 90 days. Everybody seems to have a defiant sticking point in the program. Don't let this get in your way. Mine was 6 and 7. It had to do with perfection. I really needed to understand that. So that's where mine was. Amber says, I'm confused by the book. I just started breathing underwater. Based on the intro, they're going to point on Bill's similarity, Bill and Jesus similarities, or the AA book in the Bible. I don't know. I'm still reading. Yeah, just sounds like another book somebody wrote. I don't know. So, but that is interesting. It's kind of interesting, but I don't know that you can compare Bill to Jesus. One was a saint, the other was a drunk. But it doesn't make a difference, does it? Because we're all children of God. So let me know how that goes, Amber. I'm interested, not interested enough to read it myself, though. But hey, we got to expand our knowledge. We got to learn. I'll learn more. And the route that you go, awesome, man. Um, yeah, Jesus drank wine after he turned it into wine. Yeah, Jesus was an alcoholic too. Why didn't he turn it to Gatorade? Why didn't he turn wine into water? Because water is much better for you than wine. Oh, what a cool bar trick, right? Ever says I'm trying to be open minded. Apparently, it's the children of God and showing love and compassion, not worship me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta be open minded. We gotta and what is open mindedness? It's the opposite of defiance. Part of the how of the program: honesty, open mindedness, and willingness. How do you work the program? Honesty, open mindedness, and willingness. These things are indispensable, right? And even then, you could probably read the book. You don't have to agree with everything, but you can still take some things out of it, right? You know? Yeah. All right. If that's the case, there's no need to permanently reject such suggestions. It's better, we have found, just temporarily to set them aside. So instead of being defiant, what we could do is we can pin it. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Right? Amber says, and here I'm asking the pastors if Jesus is a magician since we can turn water into wine and one fish into thousands. Magic, right? Magic is just science we don't understand yet. I was taking that straight from Avengers cartoon that I've been watching. I don't know, but it was funny. Morning, Daryl. Good to see you. Hello, Amber. How does anyone compare the Bible to the Big Book? Oh, now calm down there. Ease up, brother. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not an angry ass. I don't know why, but I'm feeling very free today. I'm in a very good mood. I am searching for solutions only anymore. Yeah. Okay. There's other things, but so we don't need to we don't need to permanently reject such suggestions. Let's just go ahead and pin them. Maybe that's not something we need to work with yet. That's okay. The only step that needs to be done perfectly 100% step 1. And the gift of desperation is going to kind of take care of that for you. So, all right. The point is, there's no hard and fast right way or wrong way. Nope. No. Amber says, I said, I think that's what the book is going to be about. Oh, so you're not sure yet because she hasn't read the book. All right. And they didn't say Bible, they said something else. Yeah. Oh, it's good stuff, man. Let us know how the book turns out. I am curious because the big book is based off Christianity. It is. It was Carl Jung that kind of came up with the idea of you choose your own. That's Carl Jung is the one that presented that. It got passed along to a lot of things, right? So, when I talk with Pastor Marcia, I have the big book. She has the Bible. We say the same darn things. We say the same darn, and it's often she's like, "Diana, I love talking with you. It's like relieving." She'll compare what I do to like Job. I don't know who Job is. I know the name. I know Job is part of the Bible, but that's about it. Um, she shows a lot of things of what Jesus did that we do in AA, which is the altruistic. Everybody is welcome, no matter who you are or where you come from. You know, one of my favorite memes is Jesus is up there saying, "And everybody can get into heaven And somebody says, uh, even the alcoholics and addicts. And Jesus says, yes, even people that ask stupid questions. Oh, it was part of the book club that Becky was starting. Okay. And we were all invited. Yes, we were. You are correct, Virgo, in your perfection. There's no right or wrong way to do all this. We travel, we travel the same paths, we travel the same broad highway, but we all have different experiences. And that's the way it should be. Your experience should be a little different from mine. If we all had the same experiences, gosh, it'd be awfully boring in those meetings, wouldn't it? The meetings would be like 10 minutes long because you'd only get one experience. We'd all understand it. That would be great. Have a great day. Without a little bit of contention going on, we don't, I found I don't grow. I don't learn more. Daryl says trickle down effect from the Oxford group. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's a shame Evie didn't die sober, but he gave it a good fucking shot, man. A good shot. So each of us uses what's best for himself or herself at a particular time, keeping an open mind about other kinds of help we may find valuable at another time. Am I trying to remain open minded? That's a great question to ask myself. Am I doing what I can to be open minded? I'm kind of switching gears in some of that, becoming a little bit more open minded. Take a look at some of these things. Do they apply? Are they valuable to my recovery? Right. But it is needed that we need to have, like I was just in the 10 o'clock meeting and we were talking about, they were talking about, people were talking about, yeah, I tried to slow down here, I switched over here, you know, um, my experience is different. I never, not once in my life, ever, ever try and control my drinking. Never tried it. Different road. I knew I was an alcoholic at a very young age and I just didn't give a fuck. After having a lazy eye, speech impediments, being a bedwetter, and then at 14 being called an alcoholic, to me, it was just the last, there was the finality of being fucking called shit. That's what it was. And I was defiant. I'm still defiant. I will not I will not go do what I don't want to do. That's my, and I've been working on getting out of that. So I can go see experience new things and be a part of things and stuff like that, right? So um so I'm going to keep an open mind, but I know bullshit when I hear bullshit too. You know, I've also had a lot of experiences. I've had a lot of experiences of what I know did not work for me, and often I pass that on too. Because if I can help you avoid the last 10, 15 years of literal hell, I'm going to do what I can. I think it's bad in the 30s. Wait till you're 45 and your body doesn't work like it used to. Can't handle the abuse. Right? So I am still defiant, but what I do not do anymore, well, that would be a lie. What I try to avoid is drawing a hard, fast line. No, the no nevers. Now there are some, you know, I mean, bad out of hell, man. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. All right? I would do anything for sobriety, but I won't do that. And what are some of those that's? Well, go hang out at the liquor store, hang out at bars where I have no business. those things. All right. All right. Let's get to the rest of the reading. We're only at 20 minutes. Wow. Feels like it's more than that. May I be enlightened about the real meaning of an open mind, aware that my one time definition of open minded as broad minded doesn't seem to fit here. May I constantly keep my mind open to suggestions of the solid many who came into the program before me. What has worked for them may work for me, no matter how far fetched or how obvious it may be. Today I'll remember only an open mind can be healed. Amber says, I don't think I do step one perfectly. I forget how powerless over I am power places all the time. Step one's about alcohol only in my book. We're only talking about alcohol. The serenity prayer would be something different, right? But the unmanageable, I also forget that my life is unmanageable. Your life shouldn't be unmanageable anymore, I don't think. I do hear what you are saying though. Yeah. If it works, it works. What did it say back here? The point is there's no hard and fast right or wrong way. There we go. There's just different experiences, and that's a different experience. And I appreciate you putting it up because maybe other people feel like that. Yeah. Leisure says if you were here, you did step one perfectly. Here's the question, according to whose perfection? That's the question. Whose perfection? Did you do it accordingly perfectly to you? Or did you do it accordingly perfectly to your higher power? And those could be two separate things. And there again, that is something personal. That is between you and your higher power. And if it helps you, right? Well, I also think you're kind of being a little defiant. But what did I say earlier? Without a little bit of contention, we'll never do it, right? And I think I do it differently every day. Then put all that in one paragraph for me and quit doing that. Why do alcoholics need to get rid of defiance? We're going to ask AI a little bit. And I'm just giving everybody shit. If somebody wants to write it that way, I don't care. I mean, yeah, I'm perfect because God made me the way he made me. Yeah, it really just depends on how you're looking at it. What disorder do most alcoholics have? Well, alcohol use disorder, dumbass. There I go being see, I was closed minded because I picked something obvious. Well, that's obvious, isn't it? Aha, closed minded. Let's see what it says. Mental health conditions associated with this disorder include mood and anxiety disorders, PTSD, and schizophrenia. Yeah, I would I would agree with that. Um, yeah, so it didn't give me much more here. So, should we do a quick reading from the big book and wrap this up? Because I think we've kind of beat Defiance into the ground a little bit here. All right, we gotta, you know, Defiance is just about changing back over to an open mind. That's all it is. We agnostics, page 59 or page 50. Instead, we looked at human defects of these people and sometimes their shortcomings as a basis of wholesale condemnation. We talked of intolerance while we were intolerant ourselves. Let's go ahead and rephrase that. We talked of defiance when we were defying ourselves. We miss the reality and beauty of the forest because we were diverted by the ugliness of some of its trees. We never gave the spiritual side of life a fair hearing. And that is all defiance. And isn't it neat that you can see the forest for the trees today? Seeing beauty in this world is a choice. That's been my experience. I'm going to close this window. It's getting too hot. Get too hot in here. It's getting hot in here. So close all your windows. I am getting so hot. I'm going to shut my windows closed. I'm finding myself very entertaining today. So I hope other people are too. But so I never, and that could be in different ways. Like I think I already know what spirituality is, or mine was I just refused to learn anymore because I knew if I learned any more, I'd want to apply it. And gee, I didn't want to get well. In our personal stories, you will find a wide variation of each way each teller approaches and conceives of a power greater than himself. Whether we agree with a particular approach or conception seem to make little difference. Experience has taught us that these matters about which, for our purpose, we need not be worried. They are questions for each individual to settle for himself. On one proposition, however, these men and women are strikingly agreed. Every one of them has gained access to and believes in a power greater than themselves. This power has in each case accomplished the miraculous, the humanly impossible. As the celebrated American statesman put it, let's look at the record. Let's look at the record. And the record is my self reliance got me nowhere. That's the record. If I take a look at the record, I can sit there and go through things and say, hey, yeah, that was wrong. That was wrong. Daryl says, I'm an imperfect drunk working a perfectly designed program imperfectly. Michelle says, I think you're fucking hysterical. Thanks, Michelle. All right, one more paragraph and we'll wrap this up. Here are thousands of men and women, worldly indeed. They flatly declare that since they have come to believe in a power greater than themselves, to take a certain attitude toward that power and do certain simple things, there has been a revolutionary change in their way of living and thinking. It's the way that we're thinking. All right, come here. God's sakes. Right? So a revolutionary change in their way of living and thinking in the face of collapse and despair, in the face of the total failure of their human resources, they have found a new power, peace, and happiness. A sense of direction flowed into them. This happened soon after they wholeheartedly met a few simple requirements. Get a few simple requirements. Yes. Once confused and baffled by the seeming futility of existence, they showed the underlying reasons why they were making heavy going at life. Leaving aside the drink question, they tell why living was so unsatisfactory. They show how the change came over them when many hundreds of people were able to say that the consciousness of the presence of God is today the most important fact of their lives. They present a powerful reason why one should have faith. We're just asking that you give it a try. If it doesn't work, then I'll get my receipt book, and I do have a receipt book, and I'll refund your misery. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for the other views. I really do. I know I gave people a hard time today, but I was just trying to have fun. All these views are valid, and that's what's great about what we do. That we can all come together. We're not disagreeing. We're agreeing through our own experience. So that was a good line to end on, but my cat scratched my leg and threw me off. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and have a day.